And the reason my biggest beef with Ari before I play this clip is just like, dog, you sitting here, like, I feel like you kind of almost throwing Rod Wave under the bus a little bit with this complaint. Like, I get it, you complaining about his.
Right. She might be throwing her management, because why did I get booked on this tour?
Because a lot of you, I'm gonna play the clip and then I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Never comfortable. I just remember every show just racing to get off stage, racing to get through my set. And then I found a spot where I was comfortable and I started trying to communicate with the audience. And then when I realized they were getting angry at me affirming them, I was like, okay, you're getting angry that I'm affirming you. This is not my crowd and it'll never be. And that's all right. That's all right. You know what I mean? So it was tough. Like, it was tough and it was heavy on my soul, like feeling that energy, especially the day when the bottle happened, because that side of the stage, like, I felt the energy. I wasn't surprised that it happened. I felt it. It was, first of all, it was just all darkness. That's literally the energy that was coming from the left side. I was never comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's not a Raw Wave.
But the reason why I say it's at Raw Wave, because if Raw Wave is the headline and the people coming out to see Raw Wave, and you sitting here basically saying, "Oh, you just bring out a dark energy group of people," it's like, dog, damn.
But I got booked on that. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's on management. Why would you even put me on this show? You're the manager. You're supposed to put me with the right performance or the right.
But what I'm saying, I get what you're saying. But my only thing of it is, okay, if you felt like that, you said it on Angela Yee. Now, why are you going back and you still keep complaining about the tour over? You already said the same story on Angela Yee. We already talked about this like a month ago. So why are you still complaining about it now? That's why I'm saying. Feel like
guess what? You probably got another tour booked up for Blase. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's more so. I'm not about to sit here and throw my management under the bus, but I'm just like, why am I getting booked for these shows? Why not other people are not putting me on there? I think that's more so of a cry of why I'm not more on a neo soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on something that fits my category. I'm saying,
all of that is cool. If you feel that way, have that conversation with your management, not with social media.
But I think she more so want to have it with social media, because why we don't have these shows, or why I'm not on these shows. Why do I have
do your own shows then?
She did her own shows. That's
okay,
what I'm saying.
Then. And that audience is not as big as Raw Wave. So guess what your management felt? Hey, I'm trying to get you in front of a bigger audience. J. Cole ain't on tour right now. So the only other person that we can sit here and say, oh, who kind of make R&B music, who has a arena audience, is Raw Wave.
And then look how I got treated. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's more so at the management. I don't think it's at Raw Wave. Because Raw Wave, he wasn't out there. He didn't tell him to boo her.
Yeah, but you basically taking a dump on my crowd. You taking a dump on my crowd. You saying they dock their energy off. That's my crowd, though. You down talking my crowd. So these is my people. They come to see me. So you down talking my audience. You basically down talking me. That's just like if we was talking about a sports team, and I'd be like, "Oh, this such and such team, y'all is this a dumpster place, and this, that, and the third, boom, 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 the case may be." No, people going to if I was drafted by this team, I'm gonna take up for the fans. And you know that you watching enough sports, you know how people get about their fans and their arena or whatever the case may be. People be loyal to that certain stuff. So it's just like her just keep dumping on Rod Wave and dumping on his fans. Do your own tour then, dog. Oh, wow. Guess what? You're not big enough to do an arena tour. So shut up and put out more music. Work. A lot of these artists, same way we could tie this into SZA. SZA sitting here complaining about her music getting leaked. And now she's sitting, I guess, reneging on whatever music she said she was about to put out. Dog, I wish people want to be rich and famous and don't want to put in the work. That's the era we in. So most people wouldn't sit here. You know how many people that had to open up for artists and hole in the walls and chilling circuit from Bootsy to Future? They used to call Future Fire Marshal Future because he used to go to all these little hole in the wall cities and sit here and have 5,000 people jam packed from wall to wall. No, you got to put in the work. You want the flowers to be grown for you. How many projects do Ari Lennox got?
I'm gonna tell you. Let's go back to what we said about privilege. Let's go back to the privilege shit.
Well, then
you gotta think about that.
People keep throwing bottles at you.
If we go back to when music, like you said, when music was getting leaked and all that shit, people got more views. People had more opinions on their music when it was getting leaked than it is when it's on a streaming or it's on a platform. Because now everybody can just sit here and go to the, oh yeah, look at this. But when you evaluate more, you got more criticizing, you got more people, you had more fans when it was getting leaked. Because all right, everybody not gonna go sit and spend their money. And that's why I say, even in this day and age, like, okay, anybody can just sit here and, hey, let me stream this song. Let me listen to it. But back then, when you had to sit here, all right, we got the bootleg. All right, damn, this shit's all right. So let me go support it. But y'all wanted to take that away because you kept saying, "Oh, my music getting leaked." Now your music not getting leaked. You're not getting the same.
Yeah, but no, but what I hear what you're saying, but I think just it goes back to just dog, it's work ethic. You take too many breaks, y'all not putting out enough music, and you want to be a bigger artist, but you ain't putting out bigger music. You ain't putting out enough music. You don't got no catalog.
But that's another thing when you say you're not putting out enough music. Even before, when we didn't have the Apple Music, when you had to wait for whatever you found bootleg wise or the DJs and the mixtapes. When you had that era, you didn't know people was making music, how much they was recording or what they was putting out. You had to wait for whatever was hot on that street, whatever DJ got to it or got a hand on it. That's what you heard.
I hear what you're saying, but just even but the era before streaming was the Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Gucci Mane, all the Atlanta. Though they put out music consistently, it was no dog. It was
a lot of joints that was getting replayed. It's just another DJ screaming over it. It wasn't like every week you putting out new music.
No, but we think about I hear what you're saying, but think about the run that Lil Wayne went on. Though them was all different freestyles over different songs.
It was different freestyles, but it wasn't like he was putting out new music every week. Yes, he put out a freestyle. He might put out a package. You put that package, whatever. Another DJ might have put out, scream over top of it. It wasn't like every week he gave you new freestyles.
Yeah, I'm not saying every week, but dog, you got to give me something. Dog, last week when we were talking, we were sitting here saying how you could start the year off strong, but if you sit here, people giving their wrap ups at the end of the year. If you drop a project in December, by the time you talking about December, let's just say if you drop let's say, it's January right now. If somebody put out a project in January and that's all you're going to do, unless it's a classic and they got endless hits on it, though, you think somebody going to remember that project when we talking about albums again in December? 12 months from now, you think I'm going to remember whatever I was listening to in January?
Right.
Unless it's a real hit.
And we talked about it before, how some people put out a song earlier and then we forget about it when it comes to the end of the year. I get it.
But that just go to work ethic. Nigga, it ain't the wrong time. You could have put out that song then and then what else you got for the rest of the year? Why you trying to just put out one song? That's not no work ethic.
But do not the labels control everything?
I don't know everybody's deal, but I'm looking at Lotto. She getting ready to put out a new song. She just put out a song before Christmas break. Now she literally just put out a snippet.
But she been on features. She hadn't put out her own single.
She has. It's a party and the Grinch freestyle. That's her song.
The Grinch freestyle was her song?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was on somebody else's song.
No, I can't even say her song. It was a co-song. They was both on it. It wasn't no hook. They was just rapping bar for bar. So that was both of their songs.
And what was the other one?
It's a Party, the joint with her and Baby Drill. It's a Party, and she sampled the Walker joint or redid the Walker joint. She ain't sampled it. Like she didn't put out music, but
even
for Glorilla sound like she gonna have her a banger about to come out. That joint, whatever the joint that she sampling on, I'll play the joint at the end of the episode. Your guy even posted it on his joint. Like that joint sound like it's gonna go crazy. But my point is, dog, you have to work. You cannot want a bigger audience or a different audience. So you're gonna complain about being on tour with somebody else and do your own tours, put out music. You have to put out work. You cannot sit here and just do this Kendrick Lamar once every 5 years situation. No, you're not. You're gonna be an opening act for the rest of your life, Jack, or you're gonna be able to feel more. So if you want to get to that point where you are headlining like Rod Wave, dog, Rod Wave he did 2 tours last year. Here. He came here twice last year, early in the year and the end of the year. You know why? Because he put out 2 projects. Same thing with Lil Durk. Remember when we saw Lil Durk, he was on tour. It was him and Baby. After him and Baby got off a tour, he did his own joint. You know why? Because he put out another project. You got to put out music, dog. There's nobody sitting here.
She's R&B.
Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you then, dog. Well.
Ain't nobody R&B here, Latin.
Because they ain't putting out big enough music.
Now they putting out music, but that's not a type of situation. It's more intimate. I told you that.
Because the music not big enough. When you just cater to, that's again, if you just catering to women, that audience only gonna be so big. You're absolutely right. It's a lot of R&B singers, and none of them ain't getting bigger than the Fillmore right now. Besides SZA. SZA the only one. SZA she putting out arenas. She's selling out arenas. Now you're right. If I was Ari Lennox, I would have tried to figure out a way. Damn, how could I open up for SZA?
But they say SZA's not R&B. It's more pop.
Hey, that snooze song but
the rest of the album they say it's pop.
I mean, well, that's debatable. That Snooze was the biggest song on that project. That was
I hit, but then there are a lot of people argument was saying that her album was more pop.
It don't. That's cool, but what was the biggest song on it? The biggest song on it was an R&B song.
I hear. I love.
Guess what? When she all of her Grammy nominations, R&B nominations, they ain't pop nominations.
But just like even the what's the joint that when they redid it with all the Tink and all them. That's why I said I just feel like Even with the R&B situation, yeah, you're not headlining nothing.